You're good.
We're good. You look grainy, Daniel.
How did
What's
I
up,
look
dude?
grainy? Well,
How was your week since we last spoke?
Since we last spoke? Well, my week has been good. Reflecting on what the hell I watched. A bit. I watched this on a Sunday, so this was like so weird of a movie because it sits right in the middle. Right? It's not hilarious, but it's definitely a change from the first movie we watched, which was Kill Chain, where like just going right into it. This movie was something else, bro.
Hold on, but before we get there, bro, let me, because for a second I thought I had seen Leaving Las Vegas. For some reason, I don't know, I wrote in my notes Leaving Las Vegas as the title. And it's even the title for this episode. If you look in the top left, Leaving Las Vegas. So I completely freaked out for a second because I saw Honeymoon in Vegas, which was 1992.
Yes.
And there was some interesting there's some interesting facts about that movie, that apparently he never got paid the money that he was gonna be paid for this movie. Did you know about that?
Really? I did not know about that.
Yeah, dude. And Sarah Jessica Parker was looking nice.
Yeah, dude. Right. I completely forgot that she was quite the stunner. Quite the stunner for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. When my wife saw I was watching, she's like, "Is that Sarah Jessica Parker?" I was like, "Yeah, whatever." Isn't she the one that does Sex in the City? Is she the one for that?
Yep. She's the one in Sex in the City. Yep.
All right, so okay, you freaked me out there for 1 second, but we're back on track. Welcome back to another episode of the Church of Cage podcast, where we review Nicolas Cage movies. And I have a confession to make, Daniel.
Go for it. I have
a confession.
What's your confession?
I've been a little bit sick, so just in case I sound nasally or whatever, bear with me.
Man. It's all good.
But I did indulge in a Nick Cage movie that wasn't on the docket this past weekend.
Oh, really? What did you watch?
Dream Scenario. Okay.
Dream Scenario.
And
okay.
It was excellent.
That's the new one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was excellent, Daniel. It was great. And all right, so context. My buddy Donut, shout out to Donut Factory. He's like, "Hey, bro, I just finished watching this movie. It's amazing. And there's a scene in it that's super, super funny." And I'm like, "All right, whatever, dude." He's like, "No, I need you to watch it because that scene is really funny." So I was like, "Okay, let me just break out of." And he said that when we cover that one, he wants to join in. So
absolutely.
Once we roll the dice, I'll rewatch it because I could watch it again.
It's worth the rewatch. Okay.
My wife was even into it, bro. She doesn't. She's like, "What's up with all the Nick Cage movies?" I was like, "You wouldn't understand. All right,
you wouldn't get it.
You wouldn't understand." Okay. So I did watch it. Dream Scenario. It is one of the newer ones that he came out with, and it was excellent. That's all I'm going to say.
It was an experience.
It was definitely an experience. It just shows how dynamic Nick Cage is. And speaking of dynamics, I think that Honeymoon in Vegas, which is the movie that we last watched from 1992, is one of these movies that I lost count of how many Cage rages happened throughout this movie.
Bro, right from the get-go. He's like, okay, he's like at his mom's like deathbed or whatnot. And this is the most random plot point ever, but she just tells him, "Don't ever get married." Why? We don't know. Did something happen to her?
If your mom said that to you, and I know your mom, if she said that to you, what would you do, bro?
Well, number one, I'd ask why, but like,
in the case of the movie, she just passes away. God forbid, but the character, you can't ask her why.
I would be so confused, bro. It's so weird because he commits himself to this promise of like never getting married, but what is it? Insecurities? Is it? And it's like you get just a tiny hint as to what's going on in his headspace, and it's the weirdest shit ever because he's like, "Yeah, I had another dream about my mom."
Was she naked this time?
Was she naked? What? What the hell is going on in this movie? No, but even from him he's committing the promise, like saying, "Hey, yeah, I'll promise I'll never get married," and then she just dies, and he's just like, "Mom, the zoom into the face and everything, bro. It took me out. I had to pause because I was laughing my ass off. I wasn't even expecting that, bro. And it's like in the first 2 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, as
This
soon
shit
as you
was
get
so quick.
one of the legendary, right? Well, he's really known. He's kind of like a meme for that. He's known for those
Just the sporadic,
freakouts.
just wow, just the
Yeah.
sudden burst of cage rage.
So
I was surprised that I did not expect that movie to open up that way.
he ends up playing this, and let me read some of these facts from facts.com. Nicolas Cage and Sarah Jessica Parker were the lead actors. Yes, they were.
Yes,
he
they
is
were.
Jack Singer, and she is Betsy.
Mhm.
And apparently their chemistry captivated audiences and added to the film's success. I wasn't even born when this movie came out. It was
Me neither.
1982. So I'll take their word for it. The movie was directed by Andrew Bergman. Who's Andrew Bergman? Let's see what other movies.
I know they were known more for being a writer than being a director. And this movie kind of proves that too.
Oh, did we lose you, Daniel? Daniel, did we lose you? I think we lost you, bro. Daniel? All right. Daniel? I think we lost Daniel. It's okay, though. He'll be right back. His internet's a little sleepy.
All right, I'm back.
There you go.
Oh, my God. Bro, I got a new fucking router, and I haven't had time to install that shit. Because this fucking Spectrum internet sucks. It's ass.
Welcome to the club, bro. I pay for the fiber, and I pay $150 a month for it, and it's garbage.
Garbage.
So, all right. So this guy, yeah, he is a screenwriter. Of course, he's Jewish, and he has a PhD in history, American history.
That's so aggressive. Of course, he's Jewish.
Yeah,
Damn.
Honeymoon in Vegas. Here we go. Let me write these notes down because I got to take notes here. So, yeah, never heard of this guy before. Let's go down some extra facts here. Honeymoon in Vegas was inspired by a true story. So it was inspired by a real life incident where a man lost his wife in a poker game. The intriguing premise provided a solid foundation for the comedic elements of the movie. I feel like I've seen another movie that was the same.
It's Indecent Proposal. Indecent Proposal came out the year after, but it plays it more serious rather than this one does. Yeah, Andrew Bergman also wrote for the movie Striptease, Blazing Saddles, a movie called Fletch, and It Could Happen to You.
Yeah, so Indecent Proposal, that's the one that I am thinking of because it's got this guy in it. Where's he from?
Hold on.
What's his name here? Woody
Robert Redford. Yeah, Robert Redford. Woody Harrelson. Yeah.
Woody Harrelson, which he's been in quite a few movies, right? True Detective. Bro. Have you seen True Detective yet? People tell me it's good.
I've heard that it's really good. The latest season, apparently, it does this thing where like every season is like a completely different story. And some
White Man Can't Jump. That's where I know him from.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson was. Yep. He was also in No Country for Old Men, which is like one of my favorite fucking.
Oh, that's a really good movie too, bro.
That's an incredible movie.
That's an excellent movie. So,
yep.
Let's see.
So yeah, it plays off of those tropes of losing your wife to some rich hotshot.
So he's like almost like a detective kind of sort of, where he's helping people.
Yes. So that's what I'm so sorry to cut you off. Or just like I have to bring this up before I forget about it. The moment he's investigating someone and he puts the newspaper down, like he's hiding in plain sight or whatever, he's got a mustache on. And what was the thing that he wanted to do in the first movie we watched in this whole like cage stream of movies? He wanted a mustache for his character. Now, I may be wrong here, but what if he's trying to send or play as a persona, this like very important persona that has some type of mustache as like, you know what I'm saying? Like some type of like godlike figure with a mustache. Has there ever been such a thing? Juan, do you know?
Well,
me being an outsider to this.
In the occult, there is ideas of the longer your hair, the more knowledge you are able to acquire. So the longer the hair is indicative of wisdom or knowledge, and then some people believe that hair is an antenna for knowledge.
Same as with like
And
beards, right? Like if you grow long beards, like it's more
long beard.
sage.
Yeah, think
Like
about it. Yeah, exactly. So it's
sage-like.
like the
Yeah.
the wisdom, the sagey, right? The Gandalf type of thing. The
Yeah,
alchemist
yeah.
would grow their hair because it was part of the alchemical process, and also an important thing.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of jumping to the end, or kind of sort of throughout the movie, because one of the main concepts of this movie is obviously Las Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but they didn't
Yes.
stay in Vegas. They went to Hawaii, right? So it's like they didn't
Weird.
stay where they needed
Why
to
was it
stay.
called Honeymoon in Vegas if they leave Vegas? That makes
They
no
left
sense.
Vegas.
Uh-huh.
And one of the main things was one of the memorable features of Honeymoon in Vegas is the presence of multiple Elvis impersonators. Their
Which
appearance
is
throughout the film
very
pay
interesting.
homage to the king of rock and roll, adding a
Mm-hmm.
humorist. But think about that. The king, right? So we're talking about wisdom, we're talking about knowledge, we're talking about maybe perhaps esoteric knowledge. And then you have the king, which again, maybe Elvis was sacrificed in some sort of King Kill 33 ritual. And let's not forget who Nick Cage marries. I don't know
His
what
daughter. His daughter, Lisa
when did
Marie
Nick
Presley.
Cage
I think it was in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken.
marries?
96 was it? I forgot. I think it was 96.
I'll tell you right now. So he married her in 2002, August 10th, 2002 to May 24th, 2004. And yeah. So how long was it? It was less than 4 months. Less than after less than 4 months of marriage, Cage filed for divorce. It was finalized in May 2004. I'm sad about this, but we shouldn't have been married in the first place.
Damn.
It's kind of interesting. Why did he marry? So, but again, I just thought it was interesting that in this movie
Could have been a power play. Who knows?
Well, if you want to follow, if these actors and people in Hollywood are actually into the occult, like that's the whole conspiracy. Like, are they actually into this stuff? Yes.
Oh,
no.
remember, you have the he comes from a royal family in cinema, right? And then because he comes from that royal family in cinema, he's marrying to someone that is from essentially royalty in music. So, oh shit, connecting lines over here, people. That's what we're probably doing here. Who knows?
Well, you scared me when I was like, all right, leaving Las Vegas. And you're like, yeah, connected so many. And then I'm reading the description of the movie. I'm like, wait a minute.
This ain't the movie.
So we have this other character, the James Caan.
Yes. He plays Tommy, was it? No.
Yeah, he plays Tommy Corman.
Tommy Corman.
Apparently, he brought his own wardrobe. And he personally selected and provided the outfits he wore, adding a personal touch. And
he always does this thing. I've followed. You ever remember? Not a movie. It's a show called. It's actually called Las Vegas, where he plays like the head of some like hotel. He's like in charge of some hotel. It was like a series that went on for like I want to say like 3 or 4 years or something. I don't remember exactly that, but he plays the same note of a character all the time. He's like, hey, yeah, forget about it. Yeah, like he talks like this the whole time. Yeah. And it made me laugh because watching this movie, I could tell that he was just like, he just was just there.
Look at how immortal. So apparently he was in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Who? James Caan?
Yeah, James Caan or Caan. Yeah, he was in.
What?
Yeah, let's see what he played here. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. He played Tim Lockwood. I don't know who that is, but here, let me pull up my screen so people can see what I'm looking at.
He did recently pass away too. No,
I saw that 2022, but check this out because it's interesting, right? He passes away 2022, but yet he was in a movie in 2023.
Oh.
So Fast Charlie 2023, here he is as Stan. Obviously, he was in The Godfather, which Coppola as well.
He was in Rollerball.
Elf. He was in Elf.
He was in Misery.
I've never seen that movie.
That's that one Stephen King movie with like the fangirl that's like super obsessed with him. He goes through an accident and then she like keeps him hostage or whatnot so he can finish the book because he's a writer in that movie.
That sounds like another movie I've seen before too.
Yeah.
Again, all these movies it feels like they've been redone over and over again.
Oh,
So
for
the idea
sure.
of them being based on true events, yeah, but then they just recycle them over and over. So this film received mixed reviews upon its release. Honeymoon in Vegas received mixed reviews from critics. While some praised the film's comedic moments and performances, others felt that it lacked depth in certain aspects. So, what is your honest opinion about the movie, Daniel? Like, how, again, I'm doing this show more to pick apart the esoteric and occult meanings and stuff, but
It's it's strange because like this movie looks like it wants to be one thing 1 minute and then it changes to be something else entirely. Like I feel like they went in wanting to make this like this type of like romantic comedy, but at the same time they made the characters really really stupid. So it's like the one occult thing that I think you would probably sink your teeth into a little bit is the whole aspect of James Caan's character of Tommy wanting to get with Sarah Jessica Parker because he sees his wife, you know? And in some ways it's like, yeah, older men do kind of like that, you know, especially rich men or powerful men. They feed off of like this like young youthful, more younger like females that they
sure.
want to be with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in this case it felt really weird because I felt like they actually had her play the wife that died or whatnot, you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
and and he's just like so hung up on like I have to be with her, I have to hang out with her. He's like forcing her to get married to him, and it's like in some ways he's even trying to buy her. So in a lot of ways you can kind of connect this to like the very, even though it's like dressed up as a romantic comedy and everything and it's for entertainment, you
Hmm.
kind of see like the shady kind of like the shady things that happen when it's like an older person in power trying to manipulate the youthful person, right? Or like someone that
Yeah.
doesn't
Towards the
have
end
that much.
there.
Yeah, towards the end, we're like, oh, I'll give you $1 million. So how much money do I have to pay you so you marry me? It's like, whoa. And it's like she at least snaps out of it, even though she was really stupid because she goes, yeah, I'll marry you. And dude, I got so mad because I'm like, what? What is wrong with her? Is she stupid? Bro,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Well,
But
he
like
also lied to her. But
he lied to her. Yeah.
here's another interesting fact that so yeah, that concept of wanting to marry his wife that had passed away, I did find that odd, and I did find it kind of occultic, where it's like,
Mhm.
was she a reincarnation of the dude's former wife? You know,
Or
like that. That
what if he would want her to be that? You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
do something weird ritual
because
Hollywood
I
crap.
found it interesting that right, because I didn't catch on to that part of it until later on when they were in like Hawaii or whatever, where
Yeah.
he's like breaking it down, like, when I first saw you, it wasn't even about the money. It was always about getting to her. And then
Getting to her. Yes.
it
Yes.
kind of all clicked at the end, right? Because
Yeah.
I think they did a good job. This movie did. So the budget was 25 million. It did 35 million. Also, the soundtrack featured Elvis Presley songs, and
Oh,
the
speaking of
skydiving scene
music,
was real.
you know who makes an appearance in this movie?
Who?
A very young Bruno Mars. But
Really?
he's not called Bruno Mars. His name is Bruno Hernandez. He's credited in the movie.
I
He's
did
like
see the
6
guy
years old.
from. Oh wow! Look at this. Yeah, Bruno Mars as a little Elvis. Wow, dude.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
The one that was like shaking, like
Yeah. He's
yeah.
like, yeah, and I'm like, what? I found it so odd because like they focused on him for a while, like not a while, but like for a bit there, and I'm like, who's this little kid? Is he like the producer's son or something? And then like they credited him, and when I'm like looking up like random facts here and there, I saw that he actually played a role in this movie. I was like, oh shoot, that's cool.
Yeah,
So
let me pull up his picture here. Yeah, I was wondering why they were focusing on this kid like shaking so much. I was like, what is going on with this kid? He's like shaking. I was like, he's a little kid,
yeah,
I'm not gonna make
yeah,
fun of him, but it's freaking Bruno Mars.
it is, bro.
What in the world, dude?
What if they were setting him up from an
He's got
early
he's
age?
got a big ass head, right?
That's because of the hair.
Yeah, probably. Anyways, yeah, they were setting him up.
He's a tiny dude. He's a very tiny dude
He's a
apparently. It's like
homunculus, bro. Get it right. So this movie got nominated for a Saturn Award, which I found interesting because Nick Cage's production company is Saturn Movies.
Yeah.
And it turns out that Saturn, Saturnian cosmology and all that stuff.
It's interesting. This movie comes out at a point where even for Sarah Jessica Parker and Nick Cage, this takes place like right before their boom of success. You know what I'm saying? So in many ways, like the movie goer in me and the person like the cinema lover that I like to watch these movies and whatever, I see that and I'm like, this looks like this was them kind of paying their dues or something, you know, like, oh, we have to do a romantic movie or we have to do some type of comedy, and then we get like the bigger roles and stuff. Because I think after this movie, if I'm not mistaken, after this movie, he does have like a few oh my gosh, what's it called? He does have like a string of movies that leads him to winning that Oscar for Leaving Las Vegas.
Yeah, that came after. That was 1997?
I want to say 6 or 7.
Yeah, one of those two.
If we look at the going back to 92, Honeymoon in Vegas, he plays, after that it's like Amos and Andrew, Red Rock West, which receives like a 7 out of 10 on IMDb. He has a bad movie called Deadfall after that, apparently, because it's rated 4 out of 10. Guarding Test, It Could Happen to You, Trapped in Paradise, Kiss of Death, Leaving Las Vegas, which is in 95. So he does a string of movies that obviously receive some sort of criticism here and there, but then he lands that role in 95 for Leaving Las Vegas. And then he goes on to play, after Leaving Las Vegas, The Rock with Sean Connery and Con Air and Face Off, City of Angels, Snake Eyes. Bro, it's like a string of movies that just gets like, he just explodes after that. So yeah, this is one of those movies that feel like a filler in the sense of like, you know, and he gave a lot of his effort into it. I'm not gonna lie. There was moments where he didn't have to go, you know, with the rage, but he did.
Bro, he
Mr.
always
Miyagi.
gives.
Mr. Miyagi's in this movie, bro.
Dude, was that Mahi Mahi? I noticed that. I was like, that looks an awful lot like the.
But he didn't have the facial hair. But I was like, I know that guy. I know him.
I noticed that and I was like, man, that looks like Mr. Miyagi because I just finished watching. So I signed my son up for karate. Nice. And we watched the newest karate. The
one with the Jaden Smith, right? The one.
Well, it's not new. It's pretty old. But yeah, we watched it and I was like, man, this is... Again, I love Jackie Chan, but I was like, it's not as good as the original stuff.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah,
but
there he is.
I'm like, bro, I was like, who blackmailed him to make this movie, bro?
Because he played a Hawaiian.
Yes, but he doesn't have like it's not a significant role. It's like a secondary role. But I feel like anybody could have played that character. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I found it so odd because it just was like out of left field. I'm like, what's he doing here? Huh.
Yeah. So the comedic talents, it impacted Las Vegas's tourism. Memorable flying Elvis. The film features an unforgettable scene where a group of skydiving Elvis impersonators perform a synchronized routine. The visual stunning sequence adds a touch of spectacle to the movie. So apparently the tagline for this movie is a comedy about one bride, 2 grooms, and 34 flying Elvises. And that was towards the end for those that haven't seen the movie.
Yeah.
Mind you, I've never seen this movie. It's not a movie that I'd actually watch if it wasn't for this show.
Weird, though. Yeah, but I'm just like, it's such a weird, like, because again, the reason why I feel like this movie is just very in the middle for me as well is because it's like, I enjoyed it for the Nick Cage moments. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I went in thinking that he wasn't going to do a lot. He was just going to, play it, just beat for beat what the movie is.
My favorite part, bro, was the ticket counter scene, which isn't that guy from The Devil Wears Prada, the guy that was at the movie counter at the counter. He's like, what do you mean you're not flying today? It's like, no, I'm just, I'm doing research or whatever. He's like,
yeah, I think so. And when he's like trying to get on the next plane to Vegas, and you're right. It's like, I'm just trying to see when is the right time to fly out, but I leave in like 2 weeks. And he's like, really? You have to do that now? I was like, dude, I laughed because then everybody in line is like, they're not annoyed by him like making
like cheering him on.
Like, oh yeah, man, let's go.
I would have done
I'm
the
just
same
like,
thing too,
wow.
bro. Like
Yeah,
you telling me
bro.
that you're like, well, and here, how would this movie? How would it have been different if they would have had cell phones? Because it feels like this movie could have all been prevented
I
if there
forgot
was.
about that too. Like, there's a lot of moments where I was just like, yeah, well, why can't you call up? Oh, yeah, this is in the 90s, bro. It's like early 90s.
Here,
Like, it
let's look up when the first iPhone came out. First iPhone
was like 2006,
release date.
7?
Wow,
Was it?
2007. But we
Yeah,
had
yeah.
we had cell phones. Let's say what's first Nokia phone release date? First
It would have
Nokia
been
release date?
Nokia. Yeah, I think it would have been.
1992, bro.
Yeah, that's the year. Yeah, yeah. Sounds about right.
And this movie would have been so November 10th, 1992. This movie came out August 28th, 1990. So there wasn't even like, right? I'm sure there was cell phones. I'm sure there was some kind of phone that you could get a hold of somebody. But technically,
I
one of
just
the
it
what's the first
sounds
cell
so
phone?
weird. The first
First.
cell phone, it would have been those backpack cell phones, I think.
So the
Those like type
first
of
cell
satellite
phone
phones.
came out in October 1983 called the Brick. So this is one of those phones you could beat somebody to death
Yeah,
with this
beat
thing,
someone
bro.
to death with it, yo.
Yo, you imagine dude, being on Facebook on that thing? What is that, dude? What is that? I'm gonna
That is
put that
literally a
meme,
brick.
brother. Ooh, brother. Have you
Ooh,
seen that?
brother. I think, yeah.
Golly, dude. You can use it for
Oh my
self-defense and to
god.
make a phone call.
The Android's first phone.
Do you
That
ever have
was
a
a
sidekick?
iPhone.
You ever have
I
one of these?
wanted one, bro. I wanted one so bad, but nah, I never had one.
Yeah, I wasn't cool enough for that either.
I remember people would have those, and then like it got to the point where someone would slide it up and it would just like break off. I saw that one time in class, like long ago. And I was just like, damn.
Yeah, I had one of these though,
The
BlackBerry, and I ended up
Blackberries. Yep.
having the Google phone
I
with
had the
the.
Razor. The Razor was my first cell phone, bro.
So
Motorola Razor.
I feel
Oh,
like
I
this
agree
movie
though.
would
If it
have
had
been.
phones, like cell phones, oh yeah, there are a lot of things would have been solved quickly.
All right. So, question for you,
Go
Danny.
for it.
If your wife was cheating on you with Mike Tyson, what would you do?
That was an interesting like B plot that I thought they were gonna expand upon, but they didn't really. Because I thought the payoff was all right to give people context if you're going into this movie and not wanting to watch it, but well, that's why our review's here for. There's this guy that goes to Nick Cage, his character. What was his name?
Jack
Johnny?
Singer.
Jack Singer. And they're like, oh, Mr. Singer, my wife is cheating on me with Mike Tyson. Mind you, the wife looks a particular way, right? You wouldn't think it would be of Mike Tyson's taste, but it's like, okay, well, she looks kind of nerdy, kind of all right, yeah, the home domestic wife, whatever. And Nick Cage doesn't believe him. At first, he doesn't believe it. Like, nah, your wife's not having an affair with Mike Tyson. That's ridiculous. Then later on in the movie, through like the halfway point, he brings back a photo, and it looks so poorly like photoshopped. It's like someone pasted it on top of like a picture of Mike Tyson, and it's just someone put his wife on top of a picture of Mike Tyson and said, "Yeah, he's cheating on you, bro." He's like, "See, I got evidence. See," and that whole point of that guy just saying that the wife is cheating on him with Mike Tyson was just for him to say, "Can't you believe it? His arms all around her."
Yeah, that was the part that really set me off, where he's like describing the cuck scenario,
Yeah.
I guess, and he's just like he has another one of those freakouts.
Stop it!
He's like, do you know how it feels? Do you know how it feels to have a man? It's like his greasy hands all over. He's fondling her and and then he's like, it's like he does know how it feels. Like the entire audience knows that he knows how it feels.
Yeah.
So the guy's like concerns are invalid, but would you let it go if Mike Tyson was with your wife? If he took your wife away from her?
It's
Mike Tyson, bro.
I would leave my wife because there ain't no way I'm confronting that man, bro.
Bro, there's no way.
We're talking about 90s Mike Tyson, bro.
Oh, dude.
Iron Mike, bro. This is like peak Mike Tyson. You mean to tell me that I have to confront that guy? Nah, honey.
Here, let's take a look at the specimen.
Just go.
of
Bro, he
Mike.
was non-stop, bro. He
He was
was, oh
actually, I
my
think he went to
God.
jail in 1992. No, I'm mistaken.
Was he in jail at that time?
Here, let's look at him. Oh, it shows him here. Freaking Mike Ty, February 10th, 1992, going to jail
Oh, wait, when did
for
this
that
movie come out?
for that whole thing. This came out in August, so he was, I guess, in jail. I'm not sure, but
They
look
must
at
have filmed this the year before then, or at least like months before. Yeah.
this is Tyson, bro, at his prime. Right, 1992 Tyson is.
Jesus.
So yeah, this is his whole scandal with that thing. This is
Oh,
1992.
yeah, and that probably also probably hurt the movie a little bit because of like
You
at
think
the
so?
time. I mean, you got to remember too, like when they make movies revolving around like very
Yeah,
touchy subjects and stuff like that, it doesn't tend to do that popular, especially if it's got like a person. Like for example, if there was like a Donald Trump like thing at the time or whatever, like
yeah,
and it's like people are very against it and stuff. They don't want to see it. But then again, in today's age, it actually does the opposite effect. Where you remember back then, if there was something wrong and someone got canceled or whatever, it would like whatever movie or whatever came out at the time that had their likeness would actually do poorly.
yeah.
Whereas like now it just gets more attention because people want to see what it's all about. I think it probably would have affected it to some extent, depending on how the marketing was. But I didn't see the trailer for this movie, so I'm not sure if they relied on that or not.
Yeah, neither did I, but maybe we should watch the trailers first before we watch the movies.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
said something wrong at the beginning. So the movie that he didn't get paid for was
Mhm.
Leaving Las Vegas, not Honeymoon in Vegas.
Oh,
So he may have
okay.
received Hollywood's highest honor, but Nicolas Cage's paycheck for Leaving Las Vegas would never arrive in the mail, per Mike Figgis, one of the film's financial backers. Lumiere
Mhm.
Pictures not only withheld Cage's payment, but the director's $100,000 fee as well.
Do
Yeah,
you think? Do
I
you
was
think that kind
Oscar
of
winning,
played?
bro.
Yeah, but do you think that also played into like why he went into another like string of movies? When was it that he ended up doing like movies like nonstop?
Well, that's the conspiracy where you'll have people say that, in my opinion, the reason I think that Nick Cage isn't as if Nick Cage was all right, hold on. How do we put this? If Nick Cage wasn't a meme, would he be as big as he is?
I want to
Being as
say
prolific as he is, if he wasn't a meme. So
if he
take
wasn't a meme,
if he
right?
wasn't a meme, if he wasn't known for the cage rage and all that stuff, if he was just like some regular actor who was very prolific, 106 16 movies, something like that,
Yeah, yeah.
would he be as big as he is?
I think it's funny because it's like my dad was the one that got me into movies, but he essentially doesn't live like get connected with this cultural zeitgeist that is the internet and everything like that. So whenever he tells me about like, oh, does Nicolas Cage have another movie or anything like that, I'm like, dude, he's got a whole string of movies. What are you talking about? But in his mind, he thinks of him as a very prolific actor that has just done like he was known for doing his good movies and that's it. He doesn't know about all the cage rage and all the stuff until like I've introduced it to him and then he goes, holy crap, that's wow. But it's like to us, it's like to us who are like, a bit younger, because my dad's in his mid 60s. For us that are like in our 30s, mid 20s or whatnot, it's like seeing that stuff, you just kind of go like, what the hell is this guy gonna do next? It's more interesting and inviting. Whereas to someone like him, he's like, I'm here for a good movie. What the hell are you yelling at everything for? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I think if he didn't do those long string of movies, I think it gave him a second wind in his career for sure. If he didn't do that, I don't think he would have had that lasting impact. He would have been known for sure. He would have been recognized as one of those other actors that in 95 or whatnot, he won an Oscar for this movie and he was recognized for like National Treasure and a couple other movies that he was like, very good in, but then that's it. But because he has that very unpredictable nature of like what's he going to do in the movie, now it just makes it more it's more of that meme effect where it's like now it lives within the culture itself and
Yeah,
pop culture where people want to see that.
That's the thing. There is Nick Cage, the actor, Nick Cage, the person, and then Nick Cage, the meme. And in my opinion, the reason why I believe he's not as big as he could be is because he hasn't sold out to like the bigger. And it's interesting because I was listening to an interview. They were interviewing his son Weston Cage, and he said,
Yeah.
you know, my dad's always told me don't ever sell your soul for for any production or something along those lines. Don't quote me 100%, but something along those lines. And I think that's why. So the conspiracy is that he went broke and he was doing all these movies to collect the check and just pump them out as fast as you can. But think about it. If let's say he would have sold his soul for whatever reason and he accepted that Faustian bargain, is like, hey, here, do this and we'll give you 50 million or whatever. So you think that he would still be doing as many movies as he is, and not only that, but B-list, C-list movies that are indie, like, or is he doing the indie movies because they give him more freedom? Like, we don't really know because he's never come out to really say that, you know?
I think it's interesting because like in this movie, Honeymoon in Vegas, I don't know how you feel about it, but I felt like the moments where he did have that rage in him, the cage rage, I felt like that would have been, if that movie was done today or back then, like he would have still performed that with that same energy. You know what I'm saying? Like at least with the rage moments, like when he actually like gets very emotional or has that random burst of energy of the acting. You know? Do you agree? You think he probably would have had the same thing?
Or what's that movie where he says nothing the entire time? What is it? The Freddy movie? What's the? Let's see.
The Willy's
Willy's
Wonderland.
Wonderland, bro.
Yeah.
Where he says nothing the
Nothing.
entire movie, dude. Nothing. And he's like this weird, I don't know. Yeah, hopefully we get to that one soon. But that was an interesting movie, dude.
Yeah. I think but do you agree though? You think because like based off how he acted in this movie, you could have swapped the year this movie came out and he would have still given that same performance for sure.
Yeah. Well, he
I would have
was
thought
also towards his peak. So this is early in
yeah.
his filmography, you know. So
Oh, for sure.
he's developing his character as well. See, let's see when this movie came out. So 1992. He's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
It was 18. It was 18. 18 movies.
Damn, bro. But he did Vampire's Kiss before this too. Like,
Yeah.
I think we're losing you again, Danny. Danny, did we lose you? Daniel. I think we lost Danny. Danny's internet, you know, Spectrum here in Florida is not the greatest. Okay. But it's all good. But yeah, I do think that he would have, even if he did that today, I think he would have still given it his all.
That's
here you are.
It's ass. That's
Here
what
you go.
Spectrum Internet is.
Thank you for giving me words to censor out, Danny. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Yeah, let me write this list here. I have fuck, shit, and ass so far. Let's see what else we can add to it.
You got it,
We're here. So yeah, I do think that he would have still done it. Same thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So the movie progresses. Obviously, high stake game of Black.
Poker.
Black. Was it? Is blackjack and poker the same?
Blackjack is a type of game, I believe. Yeah, because you got Texas Hold'em, you got poker. I know there's a couple other ones. They got craps, shoot, or what's it called? I haven't been in a casino, so I don't know all the games. I just know off of like.
So it's poker. I've never played poker, bro.
Did, yeah. So when they do the reveals, you were the same as me. I was like, did he win?
But it's funny because Betsy, the character, she says that the chance. So did he rig the game or not? Because the chances of him winning.
They never reveal that. I feel like he rigged. See, this is the weirdest thing because I thought they were gonna do a reveal that James Caan's character Tommy was like rigging everything, right? So like he faked everything. He was a fraud. Like he is a powerful man. He's got money, but like I thought he hired actors to play his son and like daughter-in-law. I thought that he played he like paid off
It was his dad it was his dad though, because he's like, "Are you here to see dad?" And he's like,
Yeah, it
"Are you
was.
afraid of dad?"
But
And
I
Betsy?
thought, but I thought they were gonna do like a twist, like he was actually a fraud. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And that
yeah,
Nick
yeah.
Cage would have found out, like, oh, he hired actors to play his family or something, like something weird like that. But they didn't. And when she's on to him about like, did you rig the game? He just says, no, it won fair and square. It's like, oh, the possibilities of that happening are like
One in a
something million.
billion.
Yeah, 1 in a billion. Yeah. And so it's like, I thought they were going to reveal that, yeah, he did. He did like lie to her, essentially did all this other stuff, but like they don't do that. They just like reveal that, yeah, he did lie to her about one particular thing, and somehow that's enough for her to be like, oh my gosh, I was so wrong about you. Like, I hated how stupid her character was, bro. Like, she was just so dumb.
It's like the
Yeah,
wife
I
in
guess
Breaking
I'll
Bad.
marry you. Yeah, well, nah, dude. See, the wife of Breaking Bad gets a bad rep because it's like,
Dude.
oh, listen. We're not gonna start this. All right. All I'm gonna say is that she had very justifiable reasons to worry when she did, because you got to remember, if he had ever gone down, the whole family gets involved. So everybody goes down. And what was Walt's thing? He was prideful. All right. He was too prideful. His damn pride got in the way every single time. So she was juxtaposing that position because she had to be someone to protect the person who protects his family. You know what I'm saying? Like that. She was annoying, yes, but at the end of the day, was she right?
She was annoying.
She was annoying. I'm
Yeah, I
not saying
remember
she
watching
wasn't
that with my
annoying,
wife, and I was
but was
like,
she wrong?
trust me, you'll learn to hate her a lot more at the towards the ending.
Bro, people got real nasty with her, bro. They send her
Yeah, dude.
hate mail, death threats, and I'm like, bro, it's just an actor playing a role,
So
bro.
think about that, right? Acting itself
Mhm.
is deep enough and powerful enough to invoke those type of feelings in people. So these movies, regardless, right? This movie was a little bit more. I've never played poker. I had zero idea what was going on. It's obviously like a weird kind of chick flick type of thing.
It did. It's
Yeah.
weird because it didn't really feel like that because they used the girl
No.
to be as more of a piece to
Yeah.
win, and she wasn't really smart enough to have her own agency, which is like they try to, but she like after he like gets nice with her and he's just like, so yeah, I'd marry you in a heartbeat. I'd do this, and she's like, oh, okay, and it's like,
When he's trying to
what?
impress her
You
with
don't
the
even
knowledge.
know, dude. I'm like, you don't even know him like at all. What are you doing? I was so mad, bro. I was so mad.
I'd be like,
Sorry.
Mike Tyson, all right, I'll see you later. I'll
I,
send you the divorce papers here in the next
I
couple of
wanted,
days.
dude, and he was even like he was in the movie. Like obviously it wasn't him, but he was in the background. Well, right? Because that wasn't him, or was it
Who?
him? That wasn't him. Mike Tyson wasn't in this movie. That had to have been a
No,
background actor. That had to have been because
he
they even
wasn't.
blur him out. Yeah, they blurred him out. Yeah, exactly.
What do you mean though? What part are you talking about?
So there's a part when they first get to the hotel that he's they're just kind of like talking or whatnot, and then like literally Mike Tyson is like behind them, or they like talk to him or something for like a quick second. Like
No, I don't
it's
think
like
so. I'm looking
it's
it up
like,
right now. I don't think so, bro. I think you're fake news. That's what I think.
nah, bro. I'm telling you, they show up at the hotel, they go in, and like while Nick Cage is like, no, it's either Nick Cage or James Caan, one of the two. They're talking to somebody else, and in the background you see like Mike Tyson taking like a photo with someone. And I thought they were gonna use that point to drive the point home of like the wife actually having an affair. Like I thought that was gonna be like a funny payoff to that, but
Yeah.
it wasn't. They didn't use that for anything. It's just like, oh yeah, Mike Tyson's at this hotel
Hey, he'd be on the IMDb, right? If he was on there
if he
under
was
the
on there. So
cast.
I don't think it was him.
Yeah, no,
I
I think you're fake, bro. I think you're fake news,
no, I'm telling you, bro. I'm
and you're
telling
making
you.
this up. So let's look up here. Mike Tyson, Mike
Uh,
Bubbins. We got Mike Bubbins, Mike LaBelle, Mike Fenton. Nah, bro, you're fake news, dog.
oh my gosh, he wasn't.
Yeah,
I know he wasn't in the movie. He wasn't in the movie. If they blurred him out, yeah, no.
Mandela effect, dude. So
All right.
interesting. What did we name our freaking
It would have been like
rating
either
system?
our rating system should have been either called like it's either a cage rage system or like cage rage rating.
We'll listen back to the last episode. I'll figure it out. But
Yeah,
what do you give
yeah.
it on the cage rage meter? I guess I think that's what I call it, the cage rage
Cage
meter.
rage meter. All right, for sure. I want to put this higher than the last movie in terms of like how
Really?
he acted,
Well,
like
okay.
how he acted in the cage rage meter. Okay,
Cervezas.
Cervezas. um, for sure because of like how insanely loud he was at certain points. I'm like, okay, this brings it up to either a 7 or an 8 in terms of like the rating of him being crazy. However, the movie does drag, and this is a quick movie. This is another like 90-minute movie, but for some parts I felt like it dragged on a little too much, bro. Because they either try to figure out something to do and they couldn't. The random part where Miyagi takes Nick Cage to see that one dude, and I'm like, what in the hell is happening here? Like, it was so out of left field because I completely forgot it happened until just.
It's like, do you find him attractive or something like that? He's like,
Yeah,
what?
what the hell are you talking about? I was so confused, bro.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I'm like, what the hell what are they talking about? What are they doing? So, okay, in terms of cinematography, I felt like this movie was shot very poorly. So, like, okay, let's do a 4 on cinematography because, like, I couldn't even tell if they were in Vegas and in Hawaii. They made it look like they were, but I couldn't really tell. They were for sure. They shot on location.
For sure, they said that it appealed to the tourism of Las Vegas.
Well, it didn't make me want to go. That's for sure, bro.
Well, Las Vegas is probably a shithole. I mean, now.
Yeah, now
I think that's where Nick Cage lives, actually. So let's see the film.
I thought he lived in Louisiana.
So the film showcases the allure of Las Vegas. Honeymoon in Vegas captures the vibrant and glamorous atmosphere of Las Vegas, from the neon lights, the iconic. So I guess, I mean, it was filmed on scene. Let me look it up here to see if it says anything here. Production. So said the film, it wasn't based on anything. I wanted to do a boy-girl story, and in my perverse fashion, it turned out to be this. So the director said it wasn't based on anything, but then this fact said that it was based on a true event. What? Freaking fake news, bro. So the Bally's Casino Resort was among the filming locations in Las Vegas. Las Vegas Chapel of the Bells Wedding Chapel was also used for the filming. Other filming locations included New York and Culver Studios in California. So I don't think they went to Hawaii, bro. But was it me, or did it feel that when Nick Cage started running, he was like running for like the rest of the movie? Was that just me? It felt like he was running constantly.
Yeah, and then like out of nowhere,
he just like takes off.
Dude, just like running. It jump cuts to him holding a sign in the middle of like some airstrip. Anyone going to Vegas? And I'm like, what? It wrapped up so quickly too, because he gets suited up. And I'm over here thinking like, okay, he's going to act like Elvis now or something. No, he just gets on the plane. He does the jump. He lands. She's dressed up as like a dancer. And that's it. They just reunite. And oh my God, I'm sorry. I love you. Let's get married. Okay, boom. And then the credits roll on them getting married.
Part 2. So, Honeymoon in Vegas 2, where the mom's soul comes to haunt him for getting married and not adhering to her last dying wish, quite literally.
He has a dream where she's naked. Like,
yeah.
What the hell is that?
What are we rating it on the Cage?
Did we say that we were rating this on like Nicolas Cage's performance or on actually like
overall, bro? Overall.
Oh, okay.
Would you watch it again?
Overall, no. Hell no. I wanted to give this movie a 4 out of 10 just because of how like bad the plot was and all that. But his performance was very good.
Give it a 6, bro. A 6. Give it a 6.
Yeah, it's a 6. It's a 6.
A 6 on the Cage Rage meter here. It's
higher than Kill Chain, bro. Even though he killed someone with a shotgun.
That's the thing, bro. I mean, it's different cages for different cages for different ages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
yep.
You're not gonna always get that badass cerveza Cage out here, but sure, we'll give it a 6. I mean, we could always come back to it and think. Let's let this one marinate, bro.
Let this one marinate. Yep.
So, anything else you wanted to add before we roll for the next
It was definitely it's weird because you feel like you kind of time travel a bit because you brought up the thing about the cell phones. Like I didn't think about that until I was just like,
The entire movie could have been
solved.
solved.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
It's like just one quick text, or like I couldn't find you, so
You know what's ridiculous? You know, now that I'm thinking about it, he was a detective. How did he not find this out through his sources?
He was a lousy detective, if anything, bro. Like,
why?
with his freaking mustache.
Well, I'm glad we watched it, and yeah, honeymoon in Vegas in Hawaii.
All right, I gotta roll for this so people see I'm not cheating.
It.
All right, give me something good, because I gotta watch something good. Okay, even though again I broke the rule and I watched it, and I'm probably gonna watch another one this week just because.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's roll the dice. 50. All right, 50. Well, what do we got? What do we got? 50, 50,
Smack
50.
dab in the middle.
World Trade Center. God.
Yo, boy. We're going to sink our teeth into this one, boys.
Oh, man. World Trade Center. Nick Cage. God.
Oh, man.
Come on, dude. We got to relive this. This is 129 minutes.
Yeah.
Everyone knows how this ends. Everyone's seen this movie already. We already know what happens.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, it's got Nick Cage in it, bro.
That I do say that movie, as much as like I remember.
I think we're losing you again, bro. God, if we're gonna continue this podcast, we're gonna need you to get a better internet, because I can't be doing this, bro. You're cramping my style when it comes to podcasting, bro. I like this guy, though. Whatever his name, Michael Peña. It's like typical. He's been in a bunch of movies.
So what I was trying to say, and yes, I have good internet. Thank you. Just my router sucks. All right. Is that I remember reliving those events like at a very young age, and it was funny because like the first time I watched this movie, like. It took me out because of one particular scene, and we can talk about it on the next episode.
All right.
Wow,
all right.
man. Oh, by the way, everyone, check out Doom Part 2. That movie was insane.
Doom, like
Dolby Theater? Dune, yeah, bro.
Oh, Dune. I haven't seen the first one, bro.
Dune your mom, bro. Dune
yeah, no.
Man.
That's not. I would make a messed up joke, but I'm not gonna make a messed up joke.
Oh.
So, all right. We're going to watch World Trade Center film. Let me write this down before I watch the wrong movie.
That's crazy, man. I love how we're just getting like, we got the random movie, we got the rom-com, and now we got the biopic.
All right, bro.
Oh, man.
Let's get out of here. Everyone knows how this movie ends, so it's not that big of
I wonder what happens.
Spoiler alert. You think there's going to be a World Trade Center Part 2?
Jeez.
I don't know where I'm allowed to say that on.
No.
All right. So you want to plug anything before we get out of here?
No, follow me on Instagram, Twitch, YouTube's. Definitely have stuff out there. You already know where to find us. And we hope you keep caging and raging.
Yeah, follow me on Twitch. All right, posted it out. Might be doing something on there. I'm waiting to release these. I'm probably going to start releasing these after this week. So,
hell yeah.
Yeah, if anything, tjojp.com. Appreciate you. And until
you got
next time, mate.
Bye.
Nicolas Cage.